So, and tonight, Miami Beach commissioners talking crime after what's been a violent spring break weekend on South Beach.
The city implemented a midnight curfew following 2 deadly shootings just days apart. And we have live team coverage starting with Alex Finney and new developments from City Hall. Alex.
Well, Nicole, we know that the proposed curfew for this weekend did not pass. You had 4 commissioners against it, 3 in favor. So really the big question at this point is what can be done to quell a lot of the violence and destruction that we have been seeing on Miami Beach around the spring break period. That is still to be discussed, but I do want to take you into the meeting, the special commission meeting that just wrapped a few moments ago.
The reality of it is that we have to be able to regulate how people get into that area in order for wanding or for metal detectors to be successful.
The city of Miami Beach sending a very clear message that the violence and destruction is no longer welcome on the beach.
We've all seen the videos of them jumping on cars. It's unacceptable.
This comes just days after deadly weekend shootings that killed 2 people on the streets of Ocean Drive.
We did not implement what we needed to do leading up to weekend number 3, which we know is the worst weekend, and we always have incidences of bloodshed and shootings.
City leaders declaring a state of emergency, implementing a midnight curfew Sunday. The question we have, what does this mean for the future of spring break on Miami Beach?
The only way you're going to stop this, because you can't really patrol it the way you'd like to, is to stop spring break from happening in the city. And you only do that by, on the front end, letting the world know that if they're coming here, they might not enjoy it as much.
Mayor Dan Gelber says rolling back liquor sales and having earlier closures before spring break happens could serve as a good deterrent.
The spring break tourist is not a tourist we need for our economy. I'm just sorry it's not. We spend millions on policing.
And as the mayor stresses, the crime is happening by outside individuals, as was the case in this deadly shooting. Officers arresting 24-year-old Dontavius Polk of Fort Lauderdale in connection to this shooting Sunday. And we do know that one thing that a commissioner, as a matter of fact, quite a debate there about this curfew, saying that basically it is not a long-term solution. Some other things that were also discussed were safety checks, potentially bringing in metal detectors next year to kind of deter a lot of the people whose intentions are not so great when it comes to Miami Beach. But I think the overall message that they were sending, certainly since you had a lot of business leaders and owners and managers there, is that they did not want to punish them because of other people's actions that weren't so great. So that is the overall in terms of what came out of this meeting tonight. That curfew will not be going into effect this coming weekend. For now, this is the very latest live on Miami Beach. Alex Finney, Local 10 News.
Okay, Alex, thank you for the update. Our team coverage continues now with Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter. She has more on the deadly spring break shootings along Ocean Drive. Bridget.
As we know, spring break is far from over, and in a less than 72-hour period, 2 people were killed in 2 separate shootings. This despite hundreds of police officers from several agencies being visible. City leaders saying it's just not enough. It was a quiet Monday afternoon in South Beach, a stark difference to the violent weekend that left 2 dead in 2 separate shootings along Ocean Drive. Surveillance video shows the moments police say a man shoots another man on the sidewalk Sunday morning. We've stopped the graphic video before the suspect shoots the man on the ground multiple times.
We basically executed the victim, just walking down the street and shot and killed him.
24-year-old Dontavius Polk was arrested for first-degree murder in that shooting. Another arrest was made in Friday's deadly shooting.
In both cases, police were literally seconds away from the incidents, and arrests were made within minutes.
Business owners are fed up with unruly crowds. Cell phone video shows spring breakers fighting and throwing chairs inside this Miami Beach business. Despite hundreds of officers from several local agencies deployed to work the beach, chaos continues. Cell phone video here shows a family leaving dinner swallowed up by a crowd Sunday night. People jumped on their vehicle and even got into it. The Miami Beach mayor has been vocal about his disdain of spring breakers causing a ruckus. He also added this is all just too tough to police. This morning, I did send an email to the Miami Beach Police Department asking for some numbers as far as arrests are concerned. They did not get back to me in time for this report, but we do know that at least 70 firearms were taken off the streets in the last several weeks. For an hour live in Miami Beach, Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
Just pure chaos